people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
Hey there guys, this is me, Malorian, and this is going to be a Guild Ball Battle Report. Now it's going to be a little bit of a different one, because what's going on here is that this is some lunch ball. So this one here, me and my buddy Charles got together over lunch. We only have an hour for the whole thing. So over an hour, we have to do setup, we have to do takedown and play the game. So what we're going to try and do is play a game to 8 points. I mean, somebody could get 2 fast goals and it's over, but time could definitely be a factor. Meanwhile, I did things like forgot my tokens, so I'm using money as tokens. But on my side here, I'm trying something a little bit different. I mean, I've been playing Union this whole time, and I want to start doing demos. And so I picked up both Fillet here and Princess because I can make another team. And so not only can I have now 2 teams to do demos and play with my kids and stuff, well now I just gotta take out Blackheart and Coin, throw in Fillet and Princess, and I have lots of my guys that can work for butchers, and suddenly I'm playing a butcher list. Meanwhile over there, he is playing with his Morticians, and yeah, he was actually trying to do engineers, which I was really looking forward to because I haven't played them yet, but unfortunately, didn't have time to get them all built, so it's up against Morticians again. And that's cool because they're kind of sneaky. Obelisk does all of his fancy, crazy stuff, and it's neat. So for me, from left to right, just going to tell you what the models are in case you don't know. I have Avarice and little Leprechaun Greed behind. I have Rage, and then you see Fillet, Princess, Decimate, and then Gutter, because he won the role and wanted me to kick to him, has already gotten up there by the obstruction and kind of kicked it over. I was hoping for a scatter more to the right, but you got to do what you got to do. Meanwhile, on his side, he has Mist, and then Ghast, Obelisk, Silence, Dirge, and then Graves. And really my plan for this one here is just to beat up on him. I mean, really, if I see a spot where I can get a goal, I'll go for it. But otherwise, I just want to kill some dudes and make them bleed, because that's what Fillet's good at. Alright, so his first activation here is going to be Graves, who's going to be grabbing the ball, passing it back to Dirge. I'm going to come up with Rage, and I'm going to put Tooled Up onto Gutter. Silence is then going to kind of come up and not really do anything. I mean, Silence didn't have any influence or anything neat like that. He's just kind of getting up the board. And to me, that's great, because now there's a model I might just go after to try and kill with Gutter. So on my turn, I go up here to Decimate and I put Second Wind onto Gutter as well. So this means I can go in there, do a lot of damage, and then run away. So that should be awesome. On his turn, he starts coming up here and he not only comes up with Obelisk, but then uses his little boogity-boo powers to make Ghast get up here as well. So whereas at first I was like, well, Ghast isn't really a problem for me because he's way back there. Well, now that he's up here and he also has confidence on one as well, now he's a little bit more scary. Now he only has 1 influence, so he's not that bad, but yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise. So figuring that now was the time to go for it, that's what Gutter did. Gutter went in there, started slashing away at Silence, and I didn't really do that much. I mean, Silence is a 5-0, like, it's kind of hard to hit, so you're not getting the hits you need to really start spinning around that chain and do lots of damage, but still, Silence is down to like 5 or 6 boxes, so pretty dang hurt. Otherwise, on his turn, he's going to send Ghast after Rage, and all he's going to really do is do a momentous knockdown. So not really, you know, that bad of a thing. Being knocked down means that he won't be able to charge or something, but now he also came close enough that now Fillet can get to Ghast, and I might just start beating up on him to get some influence, make sure I go first next, and I can always use some of that, momentum rather, to stand back up Rage if I really want. So next thing I do is go with Avarice, and he just sprints over here so I can get some extra dice. On his part here, Dirge really passes the ball to Mist. Then Princess goes up and also engages Ghast, so now when I come up here with Fillet, I'm going to be getting +2 dice. But then he changes everything because Mist comes rushing down here. I was hoping he was going to be a little bit more cautious or put himself in a spot where I just can't get to him. And now he's really forced me to ask the question. Either I go after Ghast and really try and mess him up and making him bleed and all that cool stuff, or I go after Mist. And with Mist being right there at the ball, I just got to go after Mist. So that's what I do. I come up here and I slice him up a bit, also take away the ball and kick away the ball. So now he's going to have to waste some time going over to get it. Mist probably took about like just less than half the boxes. Didn't manage to make him bleed because again, a 5-0 is causing me some issues with trying to hit, but looking pretty good. And otherwise, my little leprechaun goes to the back, and as you can see there, we end this one where I have like 7 momentum to his 3. I could have also stood up rage, but I thought I'd really just want to make sure I go first for the next one. So this is what I was going to look after here for going into the second round. And yeah, what I really want to do now is just keep on killing guys. So I got a bunch of influence on Gutter and a bunch on Fillet. And I mean, really, if I can get in there and try and kill Silence and try and kill Mist, that would be great. And the great thing is that he put nothing on Mist because he kind of figured I'd kill him first. And now I don't need to. Now I can go after something else first. So the first thing I do is I forfeit my action with Rage just to stand up. And then I go and I put Tooled Up onto Gutter. Then what he does, he comes over here with Silence and he goes over for the shutout or whatever on Fillet. So what that'll mean is that if he connects, then all of a sudden I'll have to be going last, which would really suck. But he does need a 5 to hit me. And he rolls a 5. But that's okay. You know, I can go last with Fillet. That's no big deal. Trying to make sure that Mist will be in some trouble here. Avarice comes over, so not taking a free strike from Gas, staying within 2 inches there, but there's just enough room so I can also be the 1 inch within Mist. So Mist is kind of in a lot of trouble right now with no influence to where to go away or anything like that, and Fillet's kind of ready to slice him up and finish him up. Otherwise, what happens is that he has Graves come after Gutter, and I'm going to be bleeding, and I'm going to be poisoned, and I'm, you know, the rabid thing, so I'm -4. So it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, I can use 1 momentum later to clear all those conditions, but whereas I'd hope to kill Silence, now I can. Now I probably will just be going after Gutter instead. Not Gutter. Now Gutter will be going after Graves instead. So next thing I do is Princess just slides over to be engaging both Gast and Graves. Next, he spent some time trying to decide whether Obulus is going after the ball or going to go after me, and he thought, you know what, let's just try and get some damage onto me, because right now he's kind of hurt, and he has nothing on me, so he starts coming in here on Avarice. Now, Avarice is really easy to hit. He's a 3-0, and Obulus has like 8 influence, whatever crazy, so he does a lot to me, and it's a lot of momentous 2s. You can see back there he ends up with 9 momentum. But anyway, I don't really care because I have my tough hide, so each momentous 2 only does a momentous 1, and so I end up with like 8-9 damage. But I mean, I already can see that he's gonna be winning the next turn, so I'm probably just gonna be using all my momentum to try and heal him up, and then I'll end up with like 1 damage instead. Otherwise, over here, Decimate just walks into Graves, just trying to get all the bonuses I want against him when I come in there with Gutter. For him, he goes with Mist, and Mist can't really go anywhere, so there's Mist. And then for me, I come in here with Gutter, and I can only move 2 inches because of the rabid animal thing, but I go after Graves, and I do lots and lots of damage. He's down to like 4 or 5 boxes, something like that. I use a momentum to clear all my conditions, and yeah, he's looking pretty bad here. Otherwise, on his turn, I believe like Dirge flies around, and I have a little leprechaun that has to move out of the way. And then after that, I have Fillet, who starts going after Mist. And yeah, I really do a lot of damage to Mist. He's now bleeding. I could have done my legendary as well to make him bleed as well, but I want to wait till more guys are bleeding. And I mean, he really can't get away. He's surviving just on like 4 boxes right now. So again, I could have popped my legendary so that he would take his damage, then bleed and die in the maintenance, but I actually don't want him to die in the maintenance because then he can come back and get that ball. I'd rather kill him on my turn so that he's still not getting to that ball to be able to score. So after all that, that's what this is looking like. Of course, with his bajillion momentum, he got first. I did heal up Avarice, so I'm pretty much not damaged anywhere, and he has Mist and Graves and Silence that are all in a lot of trouble. And I mean, Dirge doesn't want to be that close to Gutter either, so he really has to figure out something here. So now he has some influence on Mist. He has some influence on Obulus, and he's probably going to try some crazy stuff there. Otherwise, the same thing for me, where I'm loading up Fillet and Gutter, putting one on Rage and one on Avarice, and that's all I really need. So it's about at this point here that we realize that we're almost out of time for a 1 hour lunch. We're down to 10 minutes. So we figure this is going to be the last turn. And so what he really does, he goes to Mist first, and where he goes to get out of that big, huge mess he's in, goes over, grabs the ball, starts coming back over here to try and hopefully sneak around, puts a cloud on himself because why not? And then really what happens is I just come in with Fillet and I just tackle the ball, I kick it way back there, I kill Mist, and this is where my opponent said, you know what, let's just kind of call it, because he's in no position to really do anything to me. He's not going to score. With all the influence that he had on Mist and on Obulus, he's not really going to do any damage anywhere else. And then meanwhile, it's almost guaranteed that on this turn, I'm going to be probably either knocking out Graves or Silence and maybe Dirge, and it's just going downhill. We know which way this game is going right now. So throws in the towel, but I think it makes sense given what was going on. So either way, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll have some more coming later. So if you have any comments on this video, things you thought we should have done differently, or the players we took, please let me know. Clearly, Fillet, she should be with a lot more butchers that actually have like the bleed effect. So, you know, if I really want to get into it, I could start getting guys like Boiler and Meat Hook who do a lot more bleed effects to get the most of her legendary. But you know what, I'm pretty happy with this for now. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye. Hey there, if you liked watching this video, please go down and give it a like down below you here. And if you have any concerns or questions or comments, please put those in the comment section as well. You know, the best way for me to give you what you want to see is if you tell me what you like seeing and what you don't like seeing. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.